My father didn't even look at me when he threw the $50 bill, just flicked it across the kitchen table like I was a debt he'd finally cleared. "Get out," he said. "I'm done paying for another man's mistake." His voice didn't shake. Mine didn't either. I picked up the bill, folded it once, then twice. It was supposed to humiliate me. Instead, it confirmed everything I'd spent years preparing for. I set the money in my pocket, then placed a sealed white envelope in its place. "I know," I told him, "and my real father is waiting outside." That was the first time he looked at me. Truly looked. His pupils shrank. His jaw tightened. His fingers, those same hands that had slammed doors and broken plates in names of discipline, suddenly shook. He stood, walked to the window, and parted the blinds. The color drained from him. Good. He recognized the man leaning against the black car. Of course he did. You don't forget the person you tried to erase. I used to believe he loved me. I was 8 when I first noticed the cracks. Not in our house, our drywall hid most violence, but in his voice. The way he said son like it was a costume I hadn't earned. Birthdays were obligation, not celebration. School events, ignored. My achievements, dismissed. But my mother, she glowed for me. She told me I was brilliant, kind, worthy. That glow dimmed as his suspicion grew. The more I became myself, the more he hated the reflection. One night I heard it, his whisper made of rusted nails. "He doesn't look like me. He doesn't act like me." Mom didn't deny it, she just cried. I survived adolescence by observing patterns. His drinking aligned with her silence. His rage aligned with my success. Then I found the letter, hidden behind a drawer panel addressed to my mother. Unopened, though she must have read it before hiding it back there. A name I didn't recognize, a tone she never used with him. "I want to meet him someday, if you'll let me." He signed it with a last name I shared only by blood, not by document. That was the day my heartbeat changed tempo. Not fear, precision. I didn't confront her. I didn't cry. I listened. I waited. I collected timeline, motive, consequence. By 15, I was certain. DNA wasn't a mystery anymore. It was ammunition. Mom died when I was 16. He didn't mourn her. Not really. He mourned losing someone he could blame. After the funeral, he threw her things out before the flowers wilted. I kept the letters, all of them, and I started writing back. Not as a child seeking a father, but as an adult who understood leverage. My biological father responded immediately, not with sentiment, but with structure. He apologized only once, and not for leaving, but for being shut out before he ever had a chance. He didn't beg to be called Dad. He offered legal counsel, access, truth. We met quietly over 2 years. No drama, no tears, just 2 men building a file. The envelope I slid across the table wasn't emotional. It was a full breakdown of paternity test results, retroactive child support fraud, and documented psychological harm. Every curse he'd ever thrown, every bruise he'd left on walls instead of skin but still aimed at me, every witness who'd stepped forward, all organized, notarized, ready. My real father didn't just show up today. He arrived after the 72-hour deadline expired, the one we sent to the man I'd called Dad for nearly 2 decades, informing him that failure to respond would escalate the case. He ignored it. He thought I would too. He turned from the window, sweat gathering at his hairline. "You set me up," he whispered. "No," I said. "You set the stage. I just turned on the lights." His legs gave slightly, but he reached for bravado like a lifeline. "You think that man out there is going to save you?" He didn't abandon me," I cut in, calm, sharp. "You intercepted him. You lied. You took a child who wasn't yours because it made you feel like something. And when that illusion cracked, you blamed me for existing." I watched the realization sink like a stone. "You're 18, he said, his voice cracking around the edges. "You can't touch me. That envelope says otherwise. So does the lawyer in the car, and the officer 3 minutes away." He sagged then, not defeated, exposed. "The truth is," I continued, "I don't hate you. You were just temporary, a placeholder in a story you never deserved to control." I walked to the door, opened it. Cool air hit my face. Freedom always tastes colder than expected. My real father nodded once, not triumphant, not gloating, just present. Behind me I heard the soft thud of my former father dropping into a chair, breath shallow, future dismantling piece by piece. I turned back only once. "You thought today was the end of your obligation," I said, "but it's the beginning of your consequences." His eyes were glass. Mine were clear. I stepped outside, closing the door.